Welcome back, Goddess of Genesis fam. Today's video, or I decided to make today's video because I recently learned something yesterday about the game. I mean, I've been playing the game for, almost 6 months now, and I'm still learning new things every day. And the people in the Elite Discord recently showed me something that I had no idea was possible. I'm sure some of you already know about this, and you're going to be like, oh man, how did he not know about that? But I'm sure there's a lot of people who don't know about this feature since I did it. And it's not like there's a lot of documentation for features that are in this game. So this video is going to kind of be about little features that could easily be overlooked or you may not know about. And, hopefully this video will shine a light on something you may not have known. So for example, when you're in auto, you can tap on an enemy and you see that red arrow that appears over the trash panda. He's now the target of all of your team's attacks. So you can shift the focus of what your team is working on. So like right now we're killing the trash panda, but like say I want to target Lucifer next as the next target. You can control who they're attacking. Even though you're in auto mode, you still have a semblance of control. And I didn't know about this until it was pointed out recently. Now this feature is also really helpful in certain areas, like, I'm going to get out of this so I don't end that level prematurely. But that auto-targeting is useful for things like Joint Strike, where there's enemies with shields. So for example, if you have Daphne, and there's that one boss that puts up a shield so you can't attack it, you can target the boss so that you remove that shield with Daphne. Or when there's an invincibility shield and then you've got Lucifer, you can target the individual minions so your Lucifer is not running into the shielded boss and losing 3 energy every turn and pissing off your allies as well, because you're wasting 3 stamina every time. So if you didn't know about it, you can control who you're attacking in auto mode. Even though the AI has control, you still can control who they target. So another little thing that I think some people may not know is when you're deploying your mercenaries, did you know that there's a 5th difficulty? Like if you just look at this screen, you think 4 is the max, but you can slide it over and there's a 5th difficulty. And you should, assuming you're high enough level, you should always be doing the 5th difficulty because that will return the biggest rewards. I'm not going to do the other 4 just to save time. What else? Okay, so say you've been doing a bunch of like Astral Shore or Joint Strike, and then you have earned all these new gems that because you were farming for a long time and suddenly you acquired all these gems. And let's say that you only are interested in speed gems because speed is what kills in PvP, right? So if you want to focus on speed, did you know that you can filter your gems by the statistic? And then you can, for example, look, okay, no speed gems there, and then okay, there's a new speed gem, and then you can lock it. And then you're checking other slots. Okay, there's a new speed gem, I can lock that. Here's another one, I can lock that. And then you can go through and you can, delete all the gems that are unlocked, and then you can choose to upgrade all your new speed gems. And you can do it very quickly. That took very little time compared to manually going through each of these gems and checking, well, does this one have speed? Does this one have speed? You can just quickly look at the ones that you ended up locking and they will be your new speed gems, like this one. Now, if you're a long-time subscriber to my channel, you probably already know this, that I've created a predicted banner schedule of heroes that are coming up. And what you have on the left column here is who we assume we're going to get on the global server. And if you scroll over to the right, this is what the SEA server got at a similar time. And if you look, we're pretty much following the SEA server in terms of the new heroes that come out. Like our banners, like the old hero banners, like for example, Sryle and Sarah, Hestia, Michael Lilith, Tamamo Cleo, the banners that have old heroes, we're not exactly following the SEA banner, but the new heroes, for example, Princess Longji, who we just got this week, and 2 weeks prior, we got Siren for the first time. Those are all directly correlating to what SEA got around the same time. So this predicted banner schedule follows what happened on the SEA server, and they're about 5 months ahead of us. So like you can look and all the future heroes that are coming up that SEA already got in the last 5 months. So for example, we just got Princess Longji this week. In 2 weeks, we're going to get Mephisto, and then 2 weeks after that, we'll get Garuda. The next hero that I'm saving for is actually Demeter, because she's an Earth Mage, who I think is going to be very strong in Endless Corridor. By the way, speaking of Endless Corridor, if you look, the SEA server got new levels of Endless Corridor. They got, I think, another 50 levels. And that, if we follow the SEA server exactly, that will arrive this coming week with the new content update on Tuesday, I believe it is, or Wednesday, whenever we get the new update. But we don't always follow the SEA server exactly, so I'm not anticipating we'll get the new levels of Endless Corridor this week. I suspect we'll get them probably within the next 3 weeks. So sometime in the future, potentially as early as this week, expect another 50 levels of Endless Corridor. Now, at the very top of this banner, something that I think it's very easy to overlook. If you look in blue here, there's a link to a Facebook page. And what that Facebook page is this album. Sorry I can't rotate the screen. The Facebook app doesn't allow you to do that. But this is an album that somebody posted of all the heroes that are available on the SEA server. So for example, we've got Mephisto coming in 2 weeks. She's going to be the next new hero we get. And if you tap on this, not only do you get the picture, but you get her full description, what her talent is, what her skills are. So if you're wondering, for example, Demeter, the next hero that I'm interested in, you know, if you look at her ultimate skill, she does AoE damage, she inflicts a layer of poison, she has a % chance to petrify, and her talent is when she casts her ultimate, she has a 40% chance to silence enemies, and that's an AoE attack. So she is like a perfect character for Endless Corridor, where, I mean, if you've seen my Endless Corridor videos, I'm always silencing, I'm always poisoning, I'm always petrifying. She's like a do-it-all character who can do all those things. And then you give her Tears of the Nile, the trinket, and that gives her an additional chance to silence enemies. So I think Demeter is going to be very strong. And you should check out this album on Facebook if you want to see. This is Calypso. But you can take a look at all the upcoming heroes and reference this, cross-reference it with the banner, so you know who's coming up and you can read up on their abilities if you're curious, especially if, like, say you have a fire team and you want to read up on all the fire heroes. This would be a great way to do that. So speaking of Facebook, I also wanted to mention one other thing. If you're on the global server, if you go to the Goddess of Genesis S page, every Friday, here's a new wallpaper that they just posted today. That's kind of cool if you want a wallpaper. But every Friday, they post a gift code, which is right here, or I can't really point it out, but where it says gift pack code here at the top, you can enter that gift code and you will always get, I think it's like 1 or 2 vouchers and gold and a bunch of rewards. Oh, you get 2 Destiny Tarot, Elemental Oil, the chicken, and 50,000 gold. And they release codes like this every week on Friday. So that's Goddess of Genesis S. You have to like the page on Facebook, and I definitely recommend you do. If you're an iOS user, you have to visit this website at the bottom to redeem the gift code. If you're on Android or PC, you can tap your avatar in-game and enter the gift code there. Now, if you are on the SEA server, instead of following Goddess of Genesis S, you go to Goddess of Genesis. just Goddess of Genesis regular. And this is the SEA server. And they, their new hero is going to be Frigga, I think, the Light Mage. And they also get codes on Friday. So this is the code if you're on the SEA server. So whether you're on SEA or on the global server, make sure you like the respective Goddess of Genesis page on Facebook and claim your free code every week, because that's, if you're not doing that already, you're missing out on good rewards.